What's up, my brothers from another mother? In this video, I want to talk about how to get some better results out of life. A lot of you guys are getting some terrible results with women and money and career choices. And it's really boiling down to decision making. I can't count the amount of messages I get DM'd to me from guys like, you know, my ex-wife is a BPD and she's getting therapy, but she did that and the other thing that's unforgivable. Should I give her a second chance? And it's like the amount of mental gymnastics that a lot of guys go through to complicate their lives and then try to justify in their head why they're doing it, or they'll ask for permission from a guy like me. Every once in a while, I do a call-in segment on one of my shows, and I'll take, call-ins, and it's almost always the same thing. It's guys that are highly feminized, highly betatized, probably raised in a single mother household, didn't have a strong, virtuous male role model, to help them out and get better results out of life. And they end up with, a 29-year-old, 30-year-old, 33-year-old sort of headspace that's upside down, backwards, and broken. So how do you fix that? I mean, that takes a lot to fix, if I'm being honest. That takes huge amounts of work to fix. So I'm going to try to do the best that I can in a 10-minute or less video to give you guys some actionable advice and steps that you can take. First of all, stop chasing women, okay? Your biggest return on investment, on time invested, is going to be on making money, making muscles, okay, and learning what women are all about, aka game. It really boils down to chase excellence, not women. Women will come and go in your life. They're like buses, okay? One takes off, one double crosses you, one lets you down, another one will show up. The reason why I tell guys to spin plates and not get into a committed relationship, especially if they're under 30 or 35 and they're not red pill, they don't understand the sexual marketplace, is so they don't get hung up on one chick and end up with crippling one-itis. If you don't know what one-itis is, I've talked about it on the channel before. Hi, welcome, I'm Rich Cooper. One-itis is an unhealthy attachment to one woman. It is a very, very bad thing, and it leads men down a very, very dangerous path. They just become so incredibly unproductive. It's just brutal. So the first thing is, guys, if you want to get better results out of life, start learning to chase excellence and not women. Your ROI is far, far greater. Okay, that excellence will be with you forever, provided you don't give it up to the wrong person, provided you don't make a bad choice, which I'm going to get into in a second with choices, but provided you don't make a bad choice, like invite a crazy woman into your inner life, like AKA into your house, or marry them and they take half your shit and leave. Okay, that should be pretty straightforward to you, but I know some guys still struggle with the notion because one girl gives them some attention and they haven't had it from the others, and all of a sudden they think, well, this one's special, or she's potentially a unicorn, so let me throw a ring on her and wife her up and take her home. No, chase excellence, not women. Women will always be around if you're a man of excellence, okay? If you're on some kind of a purpose, you're doing something, you're putting your little dent in the universe, and that doesn't mean working in the produce department of the grocery store, okay? That doesn't mean working at KFC. That doesn't mean working some job while you're living in your parents' house at 30 years old, or living with your mom, because insert, mental gymnastics that you go through in your head to go back into your mom's house, to try to supplicate something, whatever it is. Chase excellence, not women. That's the first and foremost important thing. I did a video about this 2 years ago. I know the algorithms show it for a bit and they don't continue to show it. I'll put a card up in the top right on a pop-out banner. I want you to watch that after this video is done. So that's the first thing. The second give that I want to put out to you guys here right now is a lot of what you do boils down to choices. And nobody teaches people this anymore, okay? For the most part. I was at a pool party the other day, and my friend's kid, he's like 7, says to him, hey, Dad, I'm thirsty. Can I get some water? And he's like, well, what do you think, He's like, well, yeah, we'll go to the garage and get some water, right? This isn't a question that you need to ask me. So this is like a lot of kids today, and adults too are also conditioned in the same manner too, is we don't make great choices, or we're not looking to make our own choices. We look for other people to make our choices for us, and humans don't operate that way, man. We've been a very successful species, simply because of our autonomy. We didn't for a long time rely on government to tell us what to do. but we live in an environment today where the male is so thoroughly feminized. So many guys are so reliant on women or the government for validation or for approval for certain choices and decisions. And that's not what is important. What's important is you need to establish and develop a far, far better decision-making process in your mind. So back to my friend's kid. I said to him, I go, you know what? Next time he asks you for permission to do something that's basic, turn it around on him and say to him, is making this choice of getting the water going to lead to a good result or a bad result for me? Okay? Basic critical thinking. Very basic. I'm thirsty. The sun is hot. I need to get water. Do I go and get water or do I not get water? Okay? You don't need to ask mom or dad for permission to go and do that. Go get the water if you're thirsty, right? So if we start to establish within ourselves, and this is a very extreme example, we're talking to a 7-year-old boy here, very, very different from most adults watching my channel, but the same principle applies. Ask yourself, is me doing this going to result in potential damage, risk, harm, cost, loss of life, limbs, damage, whatever, is this going to lead to a negative result, essentially, or a positive result? Now, a lot of guys out there do dumb things all the time as adults. I can give you so many examples, i.e. raw dogging some strange you just met that night. Okay? Hello? McFly, are you there? Use your frickin' brain. And then the next DM that I get from this guy is, well, I knocked up this girl and blah, blah, blah. And they go through this mental, set of gymnastics in their head. When it comes to making money muscles and learning about women in game especially, just ask yourself this question. If I do this, is this going to be good for me? Is this going to serve me? Am I going to get a good result out of this? Or could it potentially go completely sideways, right? A lot of guys that are in the criminal, in the jail system right now, they're currently incarcerated. If they had just made that choice and chosen to avoid the law and the police, they probably wouldn't be sitting in jail right now. There's certain times where you can break the law, right, and not end up in jail that aren't criminal types of activities, right? Not, rolling through a stop sign, for example, is obviously not right, but maybe it saves you some time or you have somewhere to go. I don't know. Whatever rationalization you want to use, that's fine, but just know that there's a consequence if they catch you. So the decision-making tree, the thinking that you need to use in your head is, how do I get better results? Take a look back in your past, in your history, with women, with career choices, with money. If your physique sucks, if you're portly, if you look down and you can't see your feet or your Johnson because it's covered in belly fat, that is a accumulation of a set and series of results that you've made your entire life that have basically, you've basically screwed yourself over. And a lot of these guys will say, oh, well, I got screwed over, or they'll start blaming somebody else for the crap results that they get. And that's a weak, feminized set of thinking skills that you're using when you say stuff like that. It is not, the government, Justin Trudeau, Donald Trump, whoever the leader is of your country, your boss, some chick that you were dating for a while, they did this, that to you, and you need to go and get into victim mindset. No, that's a loser strategy. That's what quitters do. That's what these black pillars do, man. They go and blame everybody else for the crap results that they get out of life, and they can't look at themselves in the mirror and say, right, you screwed up. You need to learn how to make better choices, and you're living with all of this right now around you because you made some shit choices. Think about that. Make better choices. You want to get better results out of life? Make better choices. It's not hard. Life ain't complicated. I know that a lot of guys get let down because, all kinds of bad shit happens, but as an adult, you have nobody to blame. As a kid, listen, I have the odd 14, 15, 16-year-old call in and ask a question. That's fine. I will do everything that I can to help you. And if you're still living under your parents' roof, I'm sorry if they're shit or if they made bad choices. But until you become an adult, you can sit there and look for answers elsewhere. When you're an adult, it's the same answer. The only difference is you can't blame anybody else. If you're living a shit life and you've got bad results, you cannot blame anybody else. It is incumbent upon you as an adult to take responsibility for your life and go and do the fucking work. I think I've ranted long enough on this video. I'm going to leave it at that. Listen, guys, if you want to request a video topic, top right pop-out banner, click that. You can sponsor a topic on my channel. Second thing is, if you're a guy that is chasing excellence and you're looking to put a dent in the universe, you're in the top 20%, you want to move in the top 5 or 1%. I have a community of like-minded men that are doing work. Behind the paywall, we have workshops, we have accountability calls, we have learning events. It is all comprised in a tight, compact group of like-minded men that are chasing excellence. Pop out banner for that, called the 1%. Check it out if you want to join my tribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.